Border agents are already overwhelmed as over 650,000 attempt to cross the border after Title 42 expiration. Let's dive into the details, shall we? Republican senators who traveled to the border town of Brownsville, Texas, hours before Title 42's end, say border agents are being handicapped from doing their job due to the Biden administration's policies that are overwhelming officials as thousands of migrants continue to cross into the United States. Senator Roger Marshall, Republican from Kansas, led the group, including Senator Ted Cruz, Republican from Texas, Ted Budd, Republican from North Carolina, and John Hoeven, Republican from North Dakota, who are all calling on Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas to be impeached due to his derelict of duty at the border. Joe Biden needs to come down here and see what I saw, Marshall told DailyMail.com following his trip to the border. We have to change directions. Our systems are overwhelmed. We have no way of knowing who these people crossing are. Border Patrol is demoralized. Nothing about this situation is humane, he said. Right now, this border crisis is the most immediate threat to our national security, continued Marshall. Make no mistake, this crisis lands squarely on President Biden and Secretary Mayorkas' failed leadership. Over the past 4 days leading to the end of Title 42, on Thursday at midnight, agents apprehended 10,000 migrants each day, which puts border officials at an impossible disadvantage. Of the 10,000, there were at least 3,000 gotaways, meaning migrants who escaped without being processed by Border Patrol. Border agents told the senators that it marked a 441% increase over the last 2 years under the Biden administration. The senators toured the intake facility in Brownsville and met with local law enforcement and leaders and landowners, including ranchers in the area who are dealing with hordes of migrants camping on their land. As part of their trip, the senators also participated on a night tour of the border where they were able to witness the large gatherings of migrants in Mexico waiting to come across into the United States. The senators were also briefed on the number of Chinese nationals that are using the Rio Grande Valley border to sneak into the country. Agents told them that there are an average of 90 Chinese individuals coming across every single day, a massive national security issue. Another issue facing immigration enforcement officials is the staggering 90% of illegal immigrants who are not showing up to their mandatory court hearings, they told the senators. They then disappear into the interior of the United States, and it is difficult for U.S. immigration agencies to track them down and deport them. Border agents saying they need policies that allow them to do their jobs. They are handcuffed from being able to do their jobs, Marshall also told DailyMail.com. Title 42 was enacted in 2020 under former President Trump as a pandemic-era response to quickly remove migrants who crossed illegally into the country. The Biden administration made the decision this year to terminate Title 42 due to the end of the COVID-19 national emergency and rely on Title 8, which allows immigrants to apply to enter the United States through legal pathways and includes some penalties for those who try to enter illegally. However, Title 8 is being criticized as a not strong enough approach by the Biden administration, which is facing over 650,000 immediate entries this week alone. The National Sheriff's Association, which includes many border sheriffs in the organization, said there are currently more than 650,000 migrants in Mexico who are planning to cross into the United States after the end of Title 42. Sheriff Greg Champagne of St. Charles Parish, Louisiana, told DailyMail.com in a statement that the Biden administration must take immediate measures to measurable steps to discourage further illegal migration. He said that the tone being set by Biden's top leaders is not strong enough to disincentivize migrants who plan to cross. Despite this humanitarian crisis, the administration has yet to create a single disincentive to prohibit migrants from coming to the U.S. In fact, the administration is doing the opposite through its rhetoric of a closed border and limited interior enforcement, Champagne said. The message is clear in the results we are experiencing today. It is okay to come. This rhetoric must change. However, Mayorkas has pushed back in recent days, reiterating that the border is closed and that there will be consequences for those who enter the U.S. illegally. I want to be very clear, our borders are not open, he said at the White House Thursday. On Friday, Mayorkas told CBS the transition from Title 42 to Title 8 will be swift and immediate, and that 4,000 Border Patrol agents and officers will ensure the border is secure. 4,000 versus 650,000. Okay. Is this guy crazy? This is a humanitarian crisis, Marshall said Thursday after the border briefing. Cruz added that border agents are working their tails off under extreme duress. The senators described to Fox News' Laura Ingraham a situation in which a border farmer had to teach his wife and son how to load a 14-gauge shotgun in order to protect their land, which is being overrun by migrants. Wow. Marshall also talked to a former Marine from Afghanistan who said Afghanistan was safer than southern Texas. Lord, this is not the America that I grew up in, he continued. This is absolutely a disaster and humanitarian crisis. The number one threat to our national security is right here in southern Texas all the way to Arizona. Crazy. I mean, we all knew this was going to happen right after Title 42 ended. But man, to actually see it, this is insane. I live in Austin, Texas, so yeah, this is right at home for me. It's funny, the 4,000 Border Patrol agents, and they're sending 1,500 people down to do paperwork. Texas is doing 1,500 people also. I'm like, they have nowhere near enough people. Texas is supplying 1,500 just Texas? Then they're like 4,000 or 1,500, that'll be fine. It's like, that is nowhere near enough when there's 650,000 people about to come across. What's going to happen to all these people? That's insane. Like Chicago and New York, they're already complaining. They're like, we can't take these people. And Texas isn't going to take them. Texas just ships them back up to other places, which, I mean, we can't handle it here. You know, why should we have to handle it? Because we're on the border. We want a closed border. The 1,500 people that I was mentioned before that Greg Abbott's supplying, their goal is actually to find border spots that are open and close them up. So that's good. That's a start, I guess. But yeah, like this article said, the number one thing we have to do is stop the rhetoric of, okay, you can come in. It's not good. Like, you gotta like change it worldwide, where it's like, if you come up here, it's pointless. You're not gonna get into the country anyways. But right now, it's just the opposite. You know, they're like, why not go to America? They'll let us in. Maybe we'll get deported. Maybe we won't, but let's take our shot. A lot of my friends say they got in. Look at all the migrants that have come on. What was that figure? Over 400%. Increase in the 2 years under Biden. It's like, whoa. So a lot of people know, you know, their friends, they're like, oh, well, my friends are getting in. They're probably calling back home and like, hey, I made it into America. This is great. I got a job and everything. Look at all the money I'm making. So like, hey, let's do the same. And then they'll use kids and stuff to get in. And why are they bringing kids hundreds of miles and stuff? That one picture I was showing throughout the video, it's a picture of like a guy with a little girl on his back. Yeah, look at this. Like, what is that? That is just insane. That is not a trip kids should be taking. You know, enter legally. Right now, though, it's such a mess. Imagine trying to be from, like, Venezuela or somewhere like that, and trying to, or Honduras, something like that, and you're trying to enter legally. It's like, they're never going to approve you. Look at all the illegals. All the illegal people are just taking your spot. Oh, it's such a mess. But, you know, that's just my opinion. What's your opinion on this story? Please let me know in the comments below. Also, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for daily news updates, hit that notification bell, and share this video to help spread the news. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.